Hey, my name's Nathan. I train here at BFit Tacoma.
Awesome, Nathan. What kind of results have you seen?
Results, honestly, I've seen a subtle weight gain, which is something I've actually been looking forward to because normally for me it's hard to gain weight. So I probably gain around 5 to 8 pounds consistently. I know I could probably gain more if I ate properly, but I don't. Just that's kind of my own personal habit problem. But other than that, I also just feel a little more confident. I feel like I walk a little straighter and like my clothes fit just a little better. Even though I haven't really gone up a size, but a small no longer is baggy. It's just right. So,
Yeah, so what weight did you start at, Nathan?
I probably started, I want to say 145 to 148, and now I'm consistently around 157.
Okay, excellent. Well, tell me about kind of your background in terms of why you decided to work out at BFit.
Let's see, for high school, I was always kind of a skinny kid, and I did, just the normal PE stuff. And then when I went to college, I tried occasionally working out like at the YMCA. I always wanted to be like a little stronger because I did martial arts later when I grew up, or got like in my 20s. But even with the martial arts, you see a lot of like karate traditional martial artists, and they're kind of skinny as sticks. And it always kind of bothered me inside that I was like doing this stuff, but I felt like there was kind of like a power difference. So even if you knew technique, if you didn't have the power to back it up, it was kind of useless. So I always kind of still had the insecurity, even though I did martial arts for 2 to 3 years. So it was just finally the point where like that high school motivation and then even doing martial arts, I still didn't feel quite as confident about myself. So I was like, I needed to make a difference and a change.
Okay, how long ago was that?
That was actually almost about a year now, I think come December.
Okay, and tell me, what are your strength improvements?
Strength improvements, like when I was starting out, like my max bench was 135 for maybe for 3. And when it comes to the bench press, like squatting was maybe 205 at the most for maybe 8, and it was like a real push. I'd have to take like breaks in between. Now I'm doing like, I could do like 175 for 5 about for like 3 to 4 reps, or 3 to 4 sets, and then I could easily, or much more easily squat 225, more 245 with challenges, or like with lunges back then. I remember when we first started like reverse lunges, I was doing probably like 95 and I was tipping over. And I could do 135 pretty confidently. So it's just like, you don't really think about it, but when you ask those kind of questions, you do notice, hey, there has actually been a change.
What was your last big max squat?
My biggest max squat for one was, I think, 335.
Nice.
That was a back squat.
Now, what other things have you tried before, Nathan?
So I did martial arts, which is more of an endurance thing, and I tried working out the Y, and that was kind of a miserable experience because I would go like once or twice a month. And it was hard because there's no motivation. You didn't have an exercise plan. Even if you go online or you bought the books, like bought Chad Waterbury's book, Huge in a Hurry. It sounded great in theory, but I didn't know if I was doing the exercises right. And it was just, it was kind of discouraging because I was kind of a little guy, and then the people you work out with, they're kind of bigger, like maybe 6 feet, and they're kind of just doing what you do, where you're really pushing it, and they're just kind of going through it. It was just a horrible experience, honestly, just horrible.
Yeah, we all know what that's like. I'll be honest. Back when I was learning to lift, I just had books, and I'd be in the big gym, and there'd be all these guys on steroids, and I'd be like, okay, I'm going to try to do bench press now.
Yeah, that sounds like LA Fitness.
Yeah.
It's like, holy crap, they got cows in here on 2 feet.
Cows on here on 2 feet, yeah. Well, tell me, Nathan, what is the favorite thing about BFit Tacoma that you have?
Oh, I really enjoy it. Actually, the people are great, the training, and I really enjoy it because there's a science for everything. Because sometimes with martial arts, it's great, but it's a little based heavy on tradition when it comes to like stretching. There's no like real up-to-date science for most of them. They just kind of do what other people have taught them to do. But then if you ask the questions here at the gym, the trainers know like the logic behind it, the science, and the exercises aren't like redundant. They actually tell you which muscle groups they work, so you know you're not wasting your time, if that makes sense, or your effort.
And what would you say is the biggest difference between working out here and working out at a commercial gym?
Well, just kind of as I mentioned before, working out here, it's you got kind of the camaraderie because it's a smaller group, so people here are also serious, and they're serious at the gym too sometimes, but you can just tell because they come back and forth and you see them constantly that you can kind of get to know them. So you got that kind of accountability, and then you do have the science behind it, and then you have the coaching to make sure you're doing what you think you're doing right, if that makes sense.
And what were some of the hesitations you had before trying boot camp or strength group?
Boot camp honestly wasn't too, the name sounds intimidating, but since, I didn't, not to boast, it's not like I'm the greatest martial artist, but I did it for a while, and then I did kickboxing, so I thought I was okay there. The term strength group was a little intimidating because I was never really a strong guy, but everyone was really supportive, and we just worked together, and there was modifications for anything that I really couldn't do, and then we just worked up together from there, if that makes sense.
And last thing, what would you say to anyone who is maybe going through this website or watching this video and thinking about trying out BFit Tacoma but wasn't quite sure?
I would say, you definitely got to try it because it's honestly unlike anything I've ever tried before because, commercial gyms, they just throw you in And then martial arts gyms are good if you want to learn self-defense, but if you're looking for like a little specialized, be more scientific approach, I think that would be really, you could try, definitely. There's nothing to lose.